Imagine a 16-year-old boy with no college degree, no professional training, and not even a high school diploma, sitting in the cockpit of a commercial jet, flying passengers across continents. He is posing as a doctor, making life and death decisions in a hospital, and then he shifts gears to become a lawyer, arguing cases in a court of law. This is not the plot of a Hollywood blockbuster. This is the true pulse-pounding story of Frank Abagnale Jr., the most audacious con artist of the 20th century. Born in New York in 1948, Frank's world shattered when his parents divorced. At just 16, while most kids were worrying about homework, Frank was left to navigate a broken home. He decided early on that he wasn't going to live a life of scarcity. He wanted the world at his feet, and he realised early on that if you can play the part, people will believe the lie. He started small, pulling fast ones on local banks by manipulating check numbers and forging stamps. But Frank wasn't just a petty thief, he was a master of human psychology. He realised that people don't look at you, they look at your uniform, your badge, and your confidence. His biggest masterstroke, convincing the world he was a Pan Am pilot. He walked into the airline offices, charmed his way into a uniform, and forged an ID so perfect that it fooled everyone. For 2 years, he was living the high life, deadheading on over 250 flights. He didn't just play the role, he was the pilot. But the thrill was addictive. He soon traded his wings for a stethoscope. In Georgia, he walked into a hospital and managed to land a job as a night shift supervisor. Imagine an 18-year-old kid, completely clueless about medicine, barking orders at experienced nurses. Whenever a tough medical case came in, he would coolly say, "I'm not feeling well tonight, you handle this," and walk away like a boss. Yet the shadow of the law was closing in. FBI agent Carl Hanratty was on his tail, a man as persistent as a bloodhound. It was a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. There were moments when Hanratty literally had his hands on Frank, but Frank's wit was quicker than a flash of lightning. He even tricked the FBI agent once by pretending to be a fellow investigator. After years of living on the edge, he was finally caught in France. He faced years in harsh, brutal prisons across the globe. But his story took an even crazier turn. The US government realised that his mind was a weapon they could use. They offered him a deal: help the FBI catch other fraudsters, or stay behind bars. Frank chose to pivot. He spent the rest of his life as a consultant, helping banks tighten their security and stopping con artists in their tracks. It's an irony that is hard to wrap your head around, isn't it? The man who cheated the system became the very person who fixed it. This incredible life inspired the legendary film Catch Me If You Can, where Leonardo DiCaprio brought Frank's brilliance to life. But the truth? It was 1,000 times more complex than any movie script. So what do you think? Was Frank a brilliant mastermind who deserves our respect for his sheer intellect? Or was he just a criminal who got lucky? I'd love to hear your take on this. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and before you head out, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now. We have another story coming up that is even more explosive and mind-bending than this one. You definitely don't want to miss it. Also, if you enjoyed this journey into the dark side of genius, go ahead and smash that like button. It helps us keep digging into these incredible true crime archives. Stay tuned,